So today I have been thinking about traveling and wanting to go on holiday, and it's such a refreshing thing to go through YouTube videos and be like, oh wow, that's a nice place. Oh wow, that's a nice place. I think it was the hurricane that just came. I was watching some videos where people were showing the roads of the destruction that the roads are have created, and they were talking about some of the houses that have been collapsed and fallen apart. But throughout the whole video, they kept showing the forests and the beautiful woodlands and the jungle almost, and it's just like, oh, that looks so amazing. Blue sky, looks very hot. They're wearing strap tops and hiking, like weren't wearing that much clothing. You don't need to wear jumpers over there. And even though the video was supposed to be about like the devastation that has happened, all I could really, well, my main thought was actually, wow, look at those forests, look at that beautiful natural landscape. And okay, you've got these horrible roads going through them, but now that they're all destroyed, I just knock them down. I don't know, but that is literally, I have had such a horrible life that is what I'm thinking. I feel like there's some really amazing places around the world, and that place actually looked really amazing, and it's kind of got me thinking that there's two goals that I want to now focus on. One, which is myself and trying to get my life better. I feel like I've been a prisoner in a house for 11 years just waiting for something to happen, and nothing ever does. And so my first priority, well, there's two priorities. One, which is getting revenge for what's happened to me, and two, which is having a nice life and being able to change. I don't think people are going to be able to change my views. I don't think being around people or being locked in a nice house is going to change my views. But things are going to come in stages. For me to get the world, to really go for the rapture idea. I guess that's my main goal: convincing people that what a disappointment the Bible is. This is all full of lies. I'm so devastated. If you've spent your whole life believing. I had some Jehovah's Witnesses come to my house today, and we had a very long conversation, and I was explaining everything. It was very strange because I was going on and on about this Anna, and they didn't seem to twig that I was talking about myself. And then right at the end, they asked me what my name was, and I said Anna, and then I was just like, but this was what got me interested in looking up this girl's name, because it's the same name as me. It was kind of funny because they had I don't think they believed that I was talking about myself, but I couldn't bring myself to talk about myself, because if I was to say that this is talking about myself, then you would just be like, I'm not standing. They would just say I'm not standing in front of God, and they would walk away. And therefore, if I talked about me as a third person, I felt like they would be more willing to believe. They kept trying to promote Jehovah's Witnesses, and when I talked about Hosanna, 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 she who comes in the name of the Lord, @ W, they were just like, oh, that's not in our Bible. That's not in our Bible. I was like, I'm pretty sure it's in all the Bibles. I thought Hosanna was in all the Bibles, but because that's what they said when Jesus came through. But I don't know if there's a different Jehovah's Witness that doesn't use that word. But it's just, I was trying to understand why they, even though I gave them a big long speech about who Christ really was and everything, and they believed a lot of it, or they seemed to be understanding. They seemed a lot more interested in my religion than I was in theirs, because they'd never heard of this stuff before, that Christ is a female and on earth and has died and risen again on third day. They've never heard any of this, but they did kept trying to get me to go look up their website to find out what they believe, and I think I already know what you believe, but yeah, it's just they kept promising. They said our religion is better because we give more hope, and we can help people through this hope and this belief that God is going to come down and God is going to set up a new kingdom on earth. And I tried to explain to them that the reason why God hasn't, why has God not done this till now? And I just kept saying, well, it's because God is me, and well, not me, but God is this Anna B, and no one's taking any interest in listening to what she said. How can someone set up a kingdom when no one takes any interest in anything that she says? And because of this, if no kingdom gets set up, I don't think she'll care, because no one's helped her. There's this huge amount of rage Why should I help set up a kingdom when no one would help me and everyone's worshipping some fake god? You know, this is how I feel. Like everyone just wants God to just magically ping no death, and you know, he said there'll be no death. That's what he took a bit of the Bible, and I was interested about which one he would take, and he took basically what I would just consider a lie. There'll be no death and no mourning. Something in Revelation 4. There'll be a new heaven, a new kingdom on earth, and there'll be no death and no mourning. So he believed that God is just going to magically ping everyone, so that no kids can be born, so the population will stay the same, but no one will die. You know, honestly, I think that there might be a heaven, a world where you can't have kids, but things stay the same. But I know that the only way you're going to get there is if you first live through the timeline and manage to get out of the timeline. We're stuck in some sort of matrix, in some sort of timeline, and the only way you can leave the timeline is if you are chosen at the end of the timeline to go on to the next stage. I do believe in a next stage, but I know that I'm not going to be choosing people that I don't like. And you know, I told this to these people. I don't want to talk about what we talked about. No, I don't want to talk. I want to just talk about what I want to do in my next stage. It's 6 minutes into the video, and I've not talked about what I was planning on talking about. I was talking about how I don't care if I am not the definition of what these people worship. That doesn't make any difference to me, because at the end of the day, I'm not here to impress you. I'm not here to help you. I was here to tell you the truth, and for 12 years no one wanted to talk to me, no one wanted to help me get the truth. And now, you know, I do need to set up some sacrifice to see who wants to hurt me. But I think right now I'm definitely not in any mental state to do such thing. My hatred towards people is just so extreme that that if I was to be confronted by all these stupid people, I'm just going to swear at them, and it's not going to be good TV or anything. One idea could be is that I set up there's a thing when I went to Thailand, I wanted to do like a Buzz Around the World TV show where I went to Thailand. That was the first place that I went, and I did a little documentary about it. But I'm not very good at talking. I'm always saying the wrong words, and or mispronouncing things, or calling he, she's, and she's, he's. I'm always making mistakes in my words, and it's really annoying. I know I posted some thing yesterday, and I read it back today, and there's a couple of words. One of them is holiday, just randomly placed in the middle of a sentence. Well, why is holiday randomly placed in that sentence? I have no idea what happened when I was typing that, but I don't know. But it's very strange. But I need a holiday. I know that, and so I'd love. But I also love the idea of getting some fame. Not huge amounts of fame. I don't want huge amounts, because as soon as I get huge amounts, you know, I'm gonna have to live in hiding and stuff. So that maybe could be an idea. That would be a better idea. When people first start talking to me, if they're ever planning on talking to me, and you know, saying what they want to say. Which is who believes in me and who's on my side and who's supporting me. You know, I want a team, a tour team, and a presenter. I guess like that Jane girl. There's a Jane who goes on cruises and stuff. I'd love to do a cruise as well. Not her. I don't think not her. I think it needs to be someone who's a bit younger. Someone who's my age, a very good presenter, loves traveling, and I would love to do just a TV show where I just travel places, see places, you know. I feel like I want to do interviews, and I will do interviews, but I'm going to get very angry during these interviews, and, you know, if I was to do some sort of Big Brother show, I think I'm just going to be so angry throughout the whole thing that it's not going to work. But if you know, if I'm surrounded by nature, if I'm surrounded by, you know, I saw a video where someone was explaining the things in Tenerife, and, you know, you can do this and you can do this, and, you know, I was thinking I'd love to do this, but I don't have a car. I don't have, I don't drive, and I wouldn't be able to get to these places, and I wouldn't know where is best to go. But, you know, and part of the rapture belief is it's a belief for people who reject the truth. If you reject Christ, you are given a lie, and therefore part of the rapture belief might actually be to promote me as Christ on a very low level. Don't get the singers involved. I mean, you can get the singers involved. You can say that the singers represent angels, and that they sing about me and make links to me, but don't go into any details about it. And then I can just do a worldwide tour where, for a whole year, I'd love that. I like the idea of being filmed. It's like when I'm talking to these videos, I don't feel like I should be angry, because I feel like I'm just talking to the Matrix or talking to a camera, and I like that. So if I had a small group of people to do a tour group, or maybe you could just have the presenter and then a camera crew and a sound person or something, and then just do, today we're in Argentina, today we're going to Portugal and doing this and that, and then you'll have the presenter who does most of the talking. Today we're going to this place, and giving a bit of history or just something like that. And then as kind of like the just, I don't know, just film my day or whatever, like if anyone wants to get to know me. But yeah, I'm not going to make it about helping people. I'm not going to make it about saving people's lives or anything. I'm just going to make it about things to enjoy on earth. And I think that would be quite a nice thing for me, because I'd feel like I'm getting a little bit of exposure. I feel like I'm doing something with my life, and I think maybe I should do this for a whole year. When the time that you come to get me, I want to start off by going to AJ Miller and talking to him about how I'm going to promote him as the Jesus of Nazareth, and I'm going to get lots of people. And if the singers and celebrities want to stand by him and agree with him and support him, then I support that. I want to make Christianity strong, because I want people to go in the rapture. But part of making the Christianity strong is also fulfilling the prophecy of the Antichrist. And I know if people think that AJ Miller is the Antichrist, then his life is in danger. But he will have to live somewhere in hiding for that. But yeah, I want to expose myself and give people an opportunity. Like, I want some sort of platform. Like, I'm not getting any attention right now, and therefore I hate people because they've been rejecting me for 13 years or 12 years, 11 and a half years. But at the same time, it hasn't been a literal rejection, because no one knows about me. I have no fame, I have no publicity, no one's helping me, no one's on my side, no one's supporting me, no one's backing me up, no one's saying I agree with you, no one's saying I'm going to write a song about you, no one's giving me a penny or giving me a decent life, no one's doing anything. And therefore I'm just filled with so much rage that I don't want to have anything to do with anyone. And I feel like the only way to really recover from that is to go on a nice long holiday, and to I like filming. It's not about who I'm talking to. It's nice to feel like that. It's like nice to feel like I'm doing something, and if I have no, if my plan is just to go into hiding for another year whilst I just want to die, that's just like, there's a lot of singers and stuff can complain about not making very much money, but it's not about the money. It's about doing things. It's about staying in nice hotels. It's about traveling. It's about going places. It's about connecting with people. And I'd love to do that for a year. And okay, if AJ Miller is the one if AJ Miller's getting a lot more promotion than me, then that would be a good thing, because if anyone's going to kill anyone, people will be trying to attack him. Hence, he'd probably need a lot more security. And if my promotion is minimal, then it means that people are more likely to know about me, hear about me, but reject me. And part of the rapture and population reduction is getting people to reject me. And I feel like if I get too much fame too quickly, then people might want me, but might believe me for the wrong reasons. So I'd want to test people to see who believes me based on me alone. I guess I did have the idea of the Big Brother show, but that's just not going to work now, because you've stolen my life away from me. So the last thing I want to do is just sit in a house and complain about everything. But yes, I think that's what I should do. Just go on a nice holiday, go places, see things, stay in nice hotels, perhaps even, have a camera crew that shows the rooms that I'm staying in or the hotels that I'm staying in, and then you air the show like a week or two later or something, and people are going to be disappointed, like, what, you're Christ? And so what are you doing to help people? And I'll just be like, well, I'm not here to help people. And then they'll be like, oh, well, the Bible says that Christ is here to help people, and if you're not here to help people, that means you're not Christ. And I'll just be like, I don't give a shit what the Bible says, because I'm God, not the Bible, and if you want to believe the Bible over me, that's your fucking choice. And I want people to reject me, but the only way they can reject me is if they know about me. So it's just like, if people hear about me and then put me through some fake sacrifice straight away, I feel like they wouldn't really be. It would be worse. It would be worse if they've had a whole year to come round to the truth. I think I should definitely retell the gospel. There's a whole new Bible that I've rewritten, and I want to make it clear that Jesus saves, because Jesus represents the average person, and he saves. Grace saves. I can save because I can save you from Christianity. Lots of people can save lots of other people in lots of different ways, but really the ultimate answer is who saves is you save each other. That is the real answer, and that is the real how it should be. So I would love to post out a new telling of the Bible, only do it differently. So have two things going on. Have one thing where I just go to different hotels and do different things, and then have maybe a writer also just a show up at different stages to help me I don't know, come up with a plan. There's 364 days in a year. I don't have to be traveling or doing things every single day. Some days I could be I think probably leave out the Old Testament, because the Old Testament is more hit and miss when it comes to prophecies. I'm Jerusalem, Israel. But yeah, the New Testament is, I think, a bit more accurate. So I would love to just explain, release stuff, do stuff. I don't know what the plan or what I should do, but I think I should have a year where I'm hailed as a Christ figure, but do it in a way that makes people think that I'm not Christ, or make people think that I can't be Christ because I'm not here to save people, or I'm not smart, or I'm calling myself God. How can you be Christ and God at the same time? Or you're dyslexic. God can't be dyslexic. My God is not dyslexic. If you want to say that I can't be God because I'm dyslexic, like a lot of my people who write comments on my page, if you want to say that I'm not God because I'm dyslexic, my answer to you is that you don't know God if you think God is not dyslexic. If you do think God is dyslexic, then it means that you do know God, because I am dyslexic and I am God, and I don't care what your views are, and I want to I need my life to be better, and I need people to reject me, and to spend a whole year rejecting me and not paying attention or not interested. And I also want to do something for myself, and to actually have a life, to actually go places, and I like the idea of having a small film crew, just film the Buzz Around the World TV show. So that's what, if people come to me at any point, that is what I'm going to be promoting, and there's certain days that when I want myself to be exposed, because I also want to do some stuff behind, before I get any fame. I want to have interviews with people who call themselves Christian, and I want to know why they're so insane, and I want it on record that they don't believe me and don't think that I'm going to get any fame. And then as my fame starts to increase, I'll see how their views change, how their reactions change, and